Happy Sunday and welcome to another edition of Unity of Sacramento News Live. We're giving you good news you can use. I'm your host, Rev Kev, here with my main man, 100 Grand, Brother Rev.
Hey,
Eric is in the house. How you doing, Brother Rev?
Doing fantastic. Happy May to you.
Happy May to you. And we get to begin this month of May by celebrating all the May babies. Who are we celebrating this May, bro?
We are celebrating Donnie Machin.
Happy birthday, Donnie!
Reverend Sandra Campbell.
Reverend Sandra, happy birthday!
My brother, Etheridge Donnie
E.
Donaldson.
Happy birthday!
Cynthia Garmatz.
Cynthia, our board member, happy birthday, Cynthia.
Monica Morang.
Monica, our member, happy birthday, Monica. Blessings to you.
Judy Connolly.
Happy birthday, Judy, licensed Unity teacher. Happy birthday, Judy.
Terry Gray.
Happy birthday, Terry, in the choir.
Yes, Thomasine Mitchell.
Happy birthday, Thomasine Mitchell, round the way from our Chicago homegirl.
yes.
Homegirl, happy
Yes.
birthday, Thomasine.
Ann Hively.
Happy birthday, Ann. Can you believe it's Ann's birthday?
Oh, amazing.
I'm telling you what happened to how did they all get to be in May?
I don't know. What can you say about May?
Well, you know, April folks just take up all of the month. Who else are we celebrating?
We're celebrating Melody Germany.
Happy birthday, Mel, the songbird. Happy birthday, all of our May babies. We're so happy for you. They're born in the month of power, and their color is purple.
Yes.
So it's a powerful month for some powerful people. Happy birthday to all of our May beloveds. Very, very excited for you, and very excited to press into this edition of Unity of Sacramento News. We've got a lot of good news, and I'm very happy to first and foremost be sitting next to this guy right here. Eric Donaldson. You know he's in his fourth year as our Senior Associate Minister at Unity of Sacramento, but he also showed his stripes last Sunday. Give him some hearts and thumbs up for that. Amazing. Your finest hour. I treated him to some beans and cornbread. I mean, he did such a good job. You had to have some beans. He did it not. If you didn't get a chance to see Rev E last Sunday, please go back and take a look at that powerful sermon as he helps us to reflect on the recent Chauvin trial and put it in a spiritual context and how we can continue to build back stronger. It was very good.
Thank you.
Very good. Finest hour.
More to come.
Hey, I'm expecting it. You raised the bar now.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You got it right up. You heard it.
Ready to limbo right under it.
Up there. No, you get to go over the top now. We also have some good news. You know, summer is coming, and some of our community partners are doing some amazing things, including our friends at the Roberts Family Development Center. We're excited that Freedom Schools are coming up this summer, and they have asked us to put the word out that they are hiring college students to work in Freedom Schools. And if you're familiar with Freedom Schools, it's one of the powerful programs through the Children's Defense Fund. It's all over the country, empowering young people to be at their optimal and their best, and to empower them to be change agents and young leaders in the world. I used to participate in Freedom Schools.
I knew it.
You knew it?
I knew it.
Yeah, I used to be a part of Freedom Schools.
Fantastic.
And Children's Defense Fund and all that good stuff. So if you have college-age young people in your life who could use a good paying summer job, this is an opportunity. Here's the information right on the screen. Make sure to let someone know, or if it's you, make sure to take advantage of this opportunity. You can get it right here and also in the Unity of Sacramento app. And tell our friends at the Roberts Center that Rev Kev and Rev E sent you over there. Your friends at Unity sent you over there, and represent us well.
Yes.
If you happen to get hired, yeah? We're also excited because our core of Black engineers are offering an exciting summer program for 3rd through 5th graders to expose them to engineering early. It's an engineering virtual summer camp for 3rd to 5th graders, and I'm so excited about this. They've got 150 spots, and they're giving us a first crack at getting the word out so that some of your young people can actually be exposed to the powerful skills that can be developed through learning about engineering fundamentals. Now, guess what?
What?
I happen to be married to an engineer.
Well.
You know, I think in Canvas, she thinks in spreadsheets. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm letters, she's numbers, and it goes very well together. But there's so much good that can happen in terms of teaching a child critical thinking and preparing them to be creative Imagineers for our future. So the information is here. Every child enrolling in the program, in those 150 spots, gets a free tablet to participate. And you know how these kids love their tablets. Mm-hmm. They love their tablets as much as they love their parents. Well, maybe your kids love their tablets a little more, but we're working on you.
Well, you know, I see 150 spots, but I have a feeling that this is going to go very fast.
Yes, it is. Yes,
so you really want to reach out and connect.
And let them know that your friends at Unity of Sacramento sent you over there. And I'm gonna try and get my son Caden to participate, because he's got that kind of brain, you know. And my daughters have other programs they want to participate in already. I drag them in there if they would let, not drag them, but you know.
Just point them in the right direction.
Have 3 tablets in the house on engineering this summer. Check it out. In fact, watch this quick video to tell you more about it.
SEEK is a 3-week program for elementary students where we teach basic engineering concepts. And the real exciting part about it, every Friday is a competition day where all the different grades get to compete within their grade and basically showcase all that they learned throughout the week. Everybody,
3! SEEK is a partnership between the National Society of Black Engineers, the Sacramento Promise Zone, the Twin Rivers and Sacramento City Unified School Districts, and corporate partners like SMUD. The program focuses on STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and math content. It's through programs like SEEK that we're continuing our work to partner with community groups to educate kids who may not otherwise have those opportunities in the past. And while we may be training the SMUD workforce of the future and priming our pipeline, it's not just about us. We are truly helping to introduce these kids to a whole new world of possibilities.
I'm so appreciative of SMUD, and I'm so appreciative of the other partners that see as their goal and their mission educating and training young people, because you're training the future SMUD workforce.
I want to be a nuclear engineer. I want to work with chemicals like a scientist.
We want to make engineering a mainstream word. We want minority students to see themselves as engineers and know what engineering is. There's a vast world of different engineering disciplines, and SEEK for us is really the pipeline, the beginning of this exploration about what's possible for students.
First day I came to pick him up, I walked in, looked in the class, and he's working on a MacBook Air. I'm like, Jordan, what were you guys doing on the MacBook Air? He goes, Dad, we were learning about coding.
This year in Sacramento, they studied the glider, they did coding, and they did the gravity cruiser. So it's hands-on, it's trial and error, it's building something, it's failing, it's figuring out why it failed, putting it back together.
The complicated part of building a gravity cruiser is to make it go a certain speed, because if it goes too fast, it'll flip over, and if it goes too slow, it will just stop.
They use as their teachers what we call our college mentors. So they are looking at college students across the country who are engaged in science, math, engineering, technology, and teaching, and provide summer internship opportunities for those students to be the leaders and the teachers in the class. And so it turned out throughout the camp that About 85% of the students who are mentors come from the Sacramento region or are attending Sacramento colleges. That is unique. No other city that has a Seek camp has expressed and exhibited that commitment to its local college students. So our students who are generally from underrepresented communities see individuals who look like them, who they can relate to.
I'm happy because they're happy, because they built it. And when they see their product go 6 or 8 feet down the track, it's like, wow, we did that. We built this toy. We engineered this toy. Not that we built it, but we engineered it.
My passion with working with these kids in Seek would be definitely just open the minds of these young people and just let them know, like, the world, there is no limit. They are the engineers. Engineers are people who create solutions, and they have the power to do that themselves.
I promise you they will never forget this 3-week-long process. They made presentations that sometimes adults can't even do and speak about engineering concepts and different topics and use the vocabulary words that they've learned all within a week.
And so I'm hoping that with all the things he's learning through the SEEK program, even if it's not in engineering, he's gonna know that he's capable of more.
Knowledge is power. That's something that can never be taken away from you. That's what I learned, is that it's power, and they can't erase it from your mind.
So make sure to let the young people in your life know. Remember, there's a ton of resources available on the Unity of Sacramento app, the community folder. What do we call that folder?
The 2021 resources.
The 2021 resources folder on the Unity of Sacramento app. Dive in there. We've loaded up with important resources, including COVID-19 resources about testing and vaccinations, and all of those things that might support you, including financial support if you happen to have a financial need or meet a challenge. Check out that resource folder. We put a heart and soul in making it available to you. I want to take a quick minute to just give some love and appreciation to one of our Board of Trustee members, Carla Ruiz, our beloved Carla. Carla has had a really challenging year. Her father recently made his transition, and she had another transition in her family recently. And so we just want you to know, Carla, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you. Your Unity family is standing on holding the high watch for you and surrounding and folding you and seeing you leap into victory. Even in this, there is a silver lining in store for you, a blessing in store for you, for you chose to faint not, even in the midst of these challenging times, loving and blessing you. And we enfold our entire community who may have a healing concern or just need our love. Make sure to just send that love forth, even as you think about Unity and all of our community members. Loving you, Carla, today. Also want to give a shout out of appreciation for Linda Bean. Linda wrote to us recently after participating in our Dream series. And so many of you love the Dream series when we walk through those 12 steps and we deepen into the dream. And she wrote us a letter. I wanted to share that letter. It's a praise report. She's excited about what's happened in her journey. It says, "Dear Rev Kev, I missed the last 2 Sundays, but I'm catching up today, but I wanted to just share something with you. When you introduced the Dream series, I thought that I didn't have one. My dream, I thought, would be to help my son get clean and sober and off the streets. But that is my dream for him, but I can't control him. It's his dream to manifest, not mine. Enter in my truck, my 2005 Dodge Ram that has become more and more expensive to maintain, not to mention a huge gas guzzle." You know about those big trucks that drink up the gas? Those. Okay. She says, "I've always wanted a Toyota RAV4, but my daughter had convinced me to hold off so I won't be saddled with car payments. I work full-time, but hope to retire in 3 years. The day of the hailstorm, my truck started shaking and shuddering, and the dreaded engine light came on. You know about that?
Oh boy, do I know about
Have you
the
ever?
engine light.
Now, come on, tell the truth. Let's put some hearts and thumbs up in the chat room right now. If you're driving with your engine light on right now, some of you right now. Come on, don't leave Linda out here by herself. All right. She said the dreaded engine light came on. And my trusted mechanic said it is a compression problem, which would be at least $2,000 to fix. You know, in those, man, what you say?
Yeah, there's no coupon for that.
That's a down payment on another car, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. So, what did you say? So it's a compression problem, which would be at least $2,000 fix. Linda, he said, now is the time to buy a new car. I explained all this to my daughter, who agreed to assist me with my search. Within 10 days, wow, my dreams can work fast. I am now driving a new to me, she says, a new to me 2020 RAV4. It's like everything clicked into place, pure synchronicity. I feel such peace in my heart. Thank you for inspiring me to dream and dream big. Much love to you and your beautiful family, Linda Bean, the redhead in the choir. Hey, Linda, we are celebrating you and we're thanking God. We don't consider that a small thing, and we know what it's like when you get full of the feeling, when you get that vision in your mind, your heart, whatever it is you want. God is not withholding any good thing for you, and God wants you moving smoothly and safely on the roadways. And here's a secret. If I didn't tell you this secret, this is for everybody desiring a new car. That's right, you're about to get some new car advice from Rev Kev. You don't even have to pray for a new car. You don't have to pray for a new car. Every car dealer in America is praying for you to walk in. They are praying.
So true.
They are praying for you to get a car. So if you have a car desire, just have the consciousness to go over to the dealership. God has already worked it out. Those car sales rooms are like prayer fields. They're already praying. They're praying that you just walk in there and have the right consciousness. And I see it working out for you. God bless all of you. God bless our Unity of Sacramento community. Isn't it wonderful? Aren't they fun?
Yes, they are.
Well, we are not going to delay you any further. We've got a wonderful service coming up, so let's go to church. Breathing space. The word for today: choose me, use me. Our declaration: I yield to the impulse of spirit and say yes to the high call of service for my life. I yield to the impulse of spirit and say yes to the high call of service for my life. I yield to the impulse of spirit and say yes to the high call of service for my life. Everybody can be great because anybody can serve. You only need a heart full of love and a soul generated by grace. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Our reading: every soul has an assignment, and every path leads to the moment of truth when your thirst for fulfillment meets with a higher call to serve. Every time this moment comes for you, throw your heart wide open and shout to your higher power, "Choose me, use me." Take confidence in knowing that answering the call to serve initiates your date with destiny. Then stand ready and open your eyes, ears, and hands and witness as the winds of providence sweep you into the skies of purpose. It is in soaring in the sacred skies of purpose that your name will be etched in the fertile grounds of greatness. Our reflection question: what soul journey are you prepared to take in service to your higher calling? Let's take that in a moment of silence. Amen. And remember to breathe.
Remember, no matter what's going on around you, what situations may look like, you have the power to speak over your own life. So just repeat these words. I am strong in the Spirit.
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 I am strong in the
God's
Spirit.
power's within.
God's power's within.
I am strong in the Spirit.
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 I am strong in the
God's
Spirit.
power's within.
God's power's within.
I am strong in the Spirit.
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 I am strong in the
God's
Spirit.
power's within.
God's power's within.
Oh, I am strong in the Spirit.
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 I am strong in the
God's
Spirit.
power's within.
God's
Say that
power's
again.
within.
Oh, I am strong in the Spirit.
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 I am strong in the
God's
Spirit.
power's within.
God's power's within.
I am victorious.
I am victorious.
I am invincible.
I am invincible.
More than a conqueror.
More than a conqueror.
God's power's within.
God's power's within.
I am victorious.
I am victorious.
going crazy around you. Even when you might not know which way is exactly up, just remember this, that God didn't put in you a spirit of fear. He didn't create you with a spirit of fear. But God placed within you power, love, and a sound mind. Power, love, and a sound mind. So just say this: I am fearless in the Spirit.
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 I am fearless in the
God's
Spirit.
power's within.
God's power's within.
And then remember, I am worthy in the Spirit.
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 I am worthy in the
God's
Spirit.
power's within.
God's power's within.
So this morning I want to talk to you from the subject, activating your I am power. Let's take this in the first person. Activating my I am power. Try it again. Activating my I am power. And I want to just get us started by anchoring us in this passage from the book of Luke. And starting at the 15th chapter, and I'm going to read all the way through the entire pericope, so just buckle up. Said, then Jesus said there was a man who had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the share of the property that will belong to me. So he divided his property between them. A few days later, the younger son gathered all he had and traveled to a distant country. Where did he go? Come on, He traveled to a distant country. And there he squandered his property in dissolute living. Anybody know what dissolute living is? Oh, don't try to act saintly now. There are 2 types of people in this world, the saints and the ain'ts. 14 says, when he had spent everything, a severe famine took place throughout that country, and he began to be in need. So he went and hired himself out to one of the citizens of that country, who sent him to his fields to feed the pigs. He would gladly have filled himself with the pods that the pigs were eating, and no one gave him anything. But when he had come to himself, he said, I want you to repeat that after me. But when he came to himself, he said, say it again. But when he came to himself, he said, third time. But when he came to himself, he said, I want you to just put that up there parenthetically now. How many of my father's hired hands have bread enough and to spare, but here I am dying of hunger? I will get up and go to my father, and I will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer, did you catch that? I am no longer. I'm going to come back to that. What are those 2 words? No. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me like one of your hired hands. So he set off and he went to his father. But while he was still afar off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion. He ran and put his arms around him and kissed him. Then the son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his slaves, quickly bring on out a robe, the best one, and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet, and get the fatted calf, the one with tri-tip. No, it doesn't say the one with tri-tip. I'm trying to keep you up in church this morning. And get the fatted calf and kill it, and let us eat and celebrate. For this son of mine who was dead is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to celebrate. Now his elder son was in the field, and when he came and approached the house, he heard music and dancing. He called one of the, I'm going to say servant. Is that all right for today? It just triggers me. He called one of the servants and asked what was going on. He replied, your brother has come, and your father has killed the fatted calf because he got him back safe and sound. Then he became angry and refused to go in. His father came out and began to plead with him. But he answered his father, listen, for all these years I have been with you, been working like a slave for you, and I have never disobeyed your command, yet you have never given me a young goat to curry. You have never given me a young goat so that I might celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours came back, who had devoured your property with prostitutes, you killed the fatted calf for him. Then the father said to him, son, you are always with me, and all that is mine, what about it, is yours. But we had to celebrate and rejoice because this brother of yours was dead and has come to life. He was lost and has been, come on, found. I love this passage. I love this story. Everybody's familiar with the story, aren't you? If not, you just heard it entirely. And this is Jesus teaching again. He's always teaching. And he's using a parable. This is a parable. This is not, as we know it, a historical account. This is a teaching method that Jesus used to try to convey a deep spiritual lesson. Have you got it? And so I want you for a moment to identify with the story. I want you to find yourself somewhere in the story, because every now and again as we traverse in life, even when we're giving our best efforts, somehow along the way we make mistakes. Anybody make mistakes? Somehow along the way we find ourselves thinking that we know it all. Have you ever been a know-it-all? Do you know any know-it-alls? If you're sitting next to a know-it-all, just look straight ahead at me. That we know it all, and I don't need my God, I don't need my parents, I don't need the foundation of my village, I already know it all. But it's what you learn after you know it all that really counts. And so here, this young man is symbolizing you and me at some state and stage of our own development where we make mistake number one: separate ourselves from God. And this is what we see happening here. Somehow or other, this young man gets the idea that there's more out there than there is right here. Have you heard the statement, all that glitters, come on, is not? Have you ever gone after something that looked pretty, that looked enticing, and you got over there and found out what it was? They have a name for it when it's not the real thing. They call it what? Say it like you know it. You're not telling on yourself. What is it called? I didn't say it. They call it fool's gold because there are things in the material dimension that imitate the real thing. And the real thing is never out there, but somehow this son got it twisted and felt that if he could have his portion, he could do better for himself than he can do in the presence of God. And don't we do it? Listen, I can do good by myself. And don't we get kind of far with it and think we're on a roll? I got myself here. I pulled myself up by my own. Come on. Don't we say it? That there's something about the human will. There's something about the human will that perceives itself to be sufficient absent the divine presence. And yes, we do have this faculty called will that gives us the ability to do and to create and to go, yes? But there's somewhere in there it says that with God, what about it? With God, what about it? All things are possible. So the Son separates himself from God. And now he gets out and about, it says, to a far country. Who's ever traveled to a far country internationally? You know, when you go to a far country, you realize you ain't in Kansas anymore. I remember the first time I went to India, and I'm there, and my guides got me and were about to take me to my hotel, and I asked them a few questions. I said, now, will this road, is this the only road we need to take to get to the hotel, or will we need to go, you know, in a different, on several roads? Is this the road that we take? And they said, yes, this is the road. This is the road that we take. I'm saying, now, wait a minute, I'm asking you a question now. Don't play with me. I'm not at home here. I said, is this the right road? He said, yes, this is the road. When you're in a far country, when you're away from all that you identify with and know, you will come into some foreign spaces, some foreign territory that you cannot of your own navigate. Are you with me? So he's out there on his own, spent his money having a ball, wasted it, and now finds himself at his lowest point. And don't we get to that lowest point? My question is, why do we have to wait? Come on now, some of us have been on this path long enough to know now that we don't have to wait to have a last-minute request with God, because I've now run out of all that I know to do. God knew that before you left. God knew that if you needed, if you're going to go, take all of me with you. Don't just get a piece. Come on, take what? Come on, all of me with you. But we get to our lowest point in life, and then when we're at that lowest point, we feel now, I'll call God. And what I want to implore and encourage and invite us to do is to make contact with the presence all along the way. Even when you're lost, even when you're desperate, even when you seem to feel like you don't feel the presence, just stay in contact. Everybody say with me, stay in contact. Say, keep in touch. He gets to the lowest point. And then he came to him, come on, self. And did what? And said. He came to himself and said, wait a minute now. Come on, say to me, I'm better than this. I know better than this. Have you ever been there? I'm better than this. I know better than this. Try it again. I'm better than this. I know better than this. Because there's something in you, even when you think you have divided yourself and separated yourself from God, that the presence of God has rooted itself in your very D-ribonucleic acid. That's an expensive Morehouse word for DNA. That is right there in you. It's in every part of you. And so even when you seem that you're disconnected, the presence clicks in. So I don't care to what extent you've reached your lowest, right where you are is the presence of God. Come on, say it in the first person. Right where I'm at, right where I am.
Try it again. Right where I am is the presence of God. Even here. Come on. Even now. Even in this situation, there still is no spot where God is not. Tell somebody, there is no spot where God is not. Now, what he does, because he has dropped so low in consciousness, he's gotten to such a low place, he decides that he is now going to go back to a place where he already is. Did you hear what I said? We teach here that sin is separation from God. Do you get that? And can you truly separate yourself from God? The only way you can separate yourself from the omnipresent God is to separate yourself in your thinking and in your heart. Have you got it? You can't truly separate yourself, but he thought he was separate from God. And how often do we do that? Because we get introduced to shame. I'm vulnerable. I messed it up. Have you ever messed it up? Come on, it's okay. You're in church now. You can confess. Have you ever messed it up? Have you ever missed the mark? Have you ever found yourself separate and off in a far country knowing that this ain't me? Yeah, we've done that. And in that chasm, in that sense of separation, notice that I said sense of separation, we have some options. We have the option to re-identify with the truth of who we are, or we can get involved in the shame and blame game. So he decided to cover himself in shame. What is the function of shame? Shame exists within the self to cause you to further distance yourself from God. Because in that sense, when you're feeling ashamed, you start pushing back from the truth that you know. I can't go back. I can't go back. No, I can't. They're not going to accept me. I know some folks who have been away from church a long time, and Rev, I've been meaning to come back. Well, why haven't you come back? Well, because I've been gone so long. I've been gone. But nobody's stopping you. There's no like crossing guard out there and security saying no, checking ID. Are you hearing me? Shame further creates the chasm, creates more separation, and then guilt follows up. You see, they're kissing cousins. Guilt and shame, they hang out together. So now I'm feeling guilty, and guilt has a function too. Guilt establishes in your consciousness, in your mind, an invitation for punishment. Are you with me? So when you're feeling guilty, trust and know that there's some punishment coming your way. It is an invitation for some kind of punishment. If it doesn't happen in the outer experience, it'll happen within yourself, because you'll be beating yourself up, who's ever beat yourself up. Now listen, don't beat yourself up, because you can get that free of charge right out in the world. There's somebody warming up right now. Waiting to tell you who you're not and what you can't be. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to beat yourself up. But what this son does, now remember, I'm not talking about somebody from 2,000 years ago. I'm talking about you and me right now. You understand that? Look at somebody on your left and right and say, he ain't talking about me for real, though. Go ahead. But what the son does is begins to rehearse his sad story that he's going to tell the father when he gets back in the father's presence. God, I'm not worthy of your love. God, I've sinned and fallen short and all. And so he got it real good together. Ever do it? Ever come up with a good one? Somehow believing that you're coming up with some sheepish way of appearing before God, some way or other alters how God chooses to see you. God is the absolute. Your praying is not changing God. You're not sending God on errands when you pray. Do you understand that? God is unchanging, unchangeable. The nature of God is absolute good. The nature of God can only give of itself what it is. So when you're praying, you're not changing God, you're changing your position and your awareness in God. Do you understand? Prayer is about you getting yourself in divine alignment. I want to get my horizontal hooked up properly with my vertical. I want to get some alignment. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I'm praying, I'm trying to alter this horizontal experience with my vertical nature. Have you got it? But he went on horizontal autopilot and started going at it. So finally he decides he's coming home. I'm going to go home. And he comes to the Father. He's coming to the Father's house. But the scripture says that still afar off, the Father, seeing him afar off, rushed. What did the Father do? Come on, rush to meet him. Now, something seems to conflict between how he saw himself, come on now, and how the Father saw him. Let me ask you a question. When you're seeing yourself as nothing, when you're seeing yourself as unworthy, when you're seeing yourself as shout one out, your favorite. Go ahead and shout it out. Huh? Undeserving and all of that. Who said that? Who said that? I said that. I remember in Genesis, God says, everything I made is good and, come on, very good. Then God gave God's self a cosmic high five on what God made. God gave God's self a cosmic pat on the back on what God made. Who said that? I remember in that same book it says, who told you that you were naked? Who told you that you were unblanketed by my love? Who told you that you were separate from me? Who told you that? I must have said that to myself. Are you with me? Listen to what he says after he comes to himself and he's rehearsing. See, he said something he didn't even realize he said. Look at what he says. I hope I can see it. I left my glasses in LA. I now see with the eyes of God right here and right now. What did I tell you to remember? Come on, stay with me now. Huh? No longer what? He said, no longer. What does it mean? It means at some point he had a self-awareness of being worthy. I am what? No longer worthy. So somewhere he knew he was worthy to be in the Father's presence, in the Father's house. He was worthy to identify with the Father, with the source of all good. At some point, we decide we are, no longer worthy. And to contradict that, the Father rushes to meet him. I'm no longer worthy. Here I am. I'm no longer worthy. Here I am. God does not understand and identify with all your unworthy talk. You made that up. Put it in the first person. Say, I made it up. Come on. If you can make it up, you can make it down. Come on. If I made it up, I can make it down. Are you with me? So here now, you see the Father rush to meet him. And I can identify with a child who has a worthy self-awareness. My daughter Angelina is about to go on some field trip, I think, for a week I won't say, but she's going somewhere for a week. And so she came into the bedroom the other day, just prior, just after doing a little birthday celebration. And she and my daughters, they made their first homemade cake from scratch with butter cream. Was it buttercream? And she came up after that with I had my slice of buttercream, breaking my Lenten fast again for the children. All for the children. Couldn't let them down. She comes in, Papa, how did you like the cake? I love the cake, baby. It was great. Wonderful, wonderful. Listen, I got this field trip coming up. To this place we're going for about a week, and I'm thinking that while I'm there, I want to have new outfits for each day. To which the father replied, well, how much of your money are you going to invest in your new outfits? Oh, no, Papa, did you like the cake? I love the cake. I loved your buttercream cake. She says, well, I was buttercreaming you up. I said, so what are you expecting? I'm expecting you to take care of those expenses related to my trip. But what I have to step back and admire is a child having a rich self-awareness, a child who is in the Father's house knowing that even right here and right now I can ask whatsoever I will. I'm entitled to ask for it. And the Father has no other choice. He's already been buttercreamed up. I say, go out of the room, I'll talk it over with your mother. How much does she need? Are you with me? So now, internally, what's going on within us, what's happening within us when we are speaking over ourselves and using I am connected to it, because whatever you are experiencing, expressing in your life, somewhere it's connected to your self-awareness. You may have a rich self-awareness like Angelina, a worthy self-awareness like Angelina, who can just walk right in after buttercreaming her father up and walk out with the good. Are you with me? Or you can have a not worthy self-awareness and come in there crawling and begging without a sense of entitlement and connection to the good, and draw into your experience chores. Well, maybe you do 10, 11, 12 chores and then come and see me. Isn't that how we approach God? Well, how many things do I need to do in order? That's why he got a job. He thought he had to go an indirect route. Tell somebody nearby, you can go direct to the source. Tell them you can go direct to the source. Tell them again, you can go direct to the source. If you have the right self-awareness. And so this is what the coming to oneself means. Come back to your awareness, your true self. That you're made in the very image and likeness of God, and all that the Father has, God wants you to have it. What is your present self-awareness? Is it a sick self-awareness? Is it a lonely self-awareness? Is it a broke self-awareness? If you're walking around that saying, I'm sick, I'm broke, I'm unhappy, I'm lonely, you are using your I am power to form an unfavorable experience in your life. The only thing in creation that has the capacity to say I am is you. For I am is the divine self-identity. This is how God revealed God's self. I am, come on, that. And who else can say I am but what? The image and likeness. That which is reflected. So let's do some math for a minute. Whatever you add to I am, you are forming in your life. I am plus whatever now is your experience. Because you're saying I am. Well, Rev Kev, wait a minute now. Come on, because there's some times now when things don't look so pretty. Let me help you with that. Because you don't want to own it as your identity. I know we have some experiences that have us to feel that we are in a faraway country and we've got some kind of identity theft issues. You know what I'm saying? We look up and say, wow, this ain't me. I've never been depressed in my life. I'm depressed for 30 days now. So how do I language it so that people understand where I am without violating the truth of my being? So if you're moving through an experience of depression, or if you're moving through an experience of a low cash flow, say, I'm having an experience of depression. I have the experience of depression. I have the experience of, I have a temporary cash flow situation. Say I have rather than I am. Do you get that? Because when I say I am, all the power of God that's locked in the I am is now powering that erroneous equation. Are you with me? So if you have failed in your life, don't call yourself a failure. I had some failings, boy. I had a few failings, boy. I literally had a few failings. I've seen that letter on my grade 40 years ago. But have you seen it? It comes back. What if I equated that with my identity? What if I equated that with my potential? What if I equated that with who I say I am? Are you getting me? So whatever it is you have, you can also cease to have. Are you with me? I have a C-O-L-D, not I am S-I-C-K. Are you with me? You get, say, don't confuse me with the facts. Come on, say it again. Don't confuse me with the facts. The truth of my experience is that I'm perfect, whole, and complete. I am that which God has made. I have within me all that God has endowed me with. All that the Father has is mine. Health, happiness, love, success, prosperity, joy, peace. Are you with me? All of that's my inheritance. And I can be even in the house with the Father and not know all that I have. The son is there, the other son, hearing the music, hearing the celebration, having been with the Father all this time, starts hating on the other son. You didn't give me no curry goat. Why is he getting tri-tip? I've been here all this time. Because we are there all this time unaware that we're in the presence. All this time that we have access to the same power. Tell somebody, don't hate. Come on, don't hate. Congratulate. If you see somebody else looking blessed, looking prosperous, looking like they're going somewhere, looking like they have love in their life, say, congratulations, I'm next. Come on, say it with me. Congratulations. Come on, I'm next. You don't have to hate on anybody. Here comes the son, comes into the Father's presence. And he is now starting to say in the Father's presence all this stuff that he had rehearsed on his way home. And the Father is doing a different kind of math. The Father is doing a math that's holding no record. He's doing the math that carries the record. He's doing the wrong kind of addition. The Father's multiplying what he has given the Son. Oh, you've got a little bit of an awareness of who you are. Let me show you all that you can have. The presence starts multiplying. See, God is not interested in division and subtraction. God is interested in, come on, addition and, come on, multiplication. How many of you remember high school? I'm about to, okay, that would be none of us. Either you haven't been or you don't. Okay, so there was this, just stay with me for a minute. There was this form of mathematics. I believe it's algebra with trigonometry. You remember trigonometry? And you come upon these types of interesting equations where they introduce you to these two bars. Do your hands like this, like you're doing two football, kind of goalie. Can you do that? Right, you got that? They call those bars the absolute value bars. You remember that? Who remembers the absolute value? Yeah. You didn't think Rev Kev knew a lick of math. Anita sure doesn't. But here we go. So the absolute value of a thing is its distance from zero. What is the absolute value? Come on, it's distance from zero. So if you have the number 7, it's just 7 paces from zero, from its starting point. If you have -7, it's still what? Come on, 7 paces from its starting point, from zero. Have you got it? So when the Son came to the Father as a -7, Father, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy for your love. The Father is looking at him through the lens of absolute value. I can only give you what I see. I can only give you what I've made for you. I'm not worthy of your love. Kill the fatted calf. I'm not worthy. Kill the fatted calf. Go get the robe and slippers. I'm not worthy. Because the Father can only look at you through the eyes of absolute value. Not your facts, not your story, not your past, but the truth of you. You are made in the very image and likeness of God. And nothing you can do will change your nature. God is throwing a party while you're throwing a pity party. Come on, say change parties. Come on, change party. This might be a good time for some of us to switch parties. That was a subliminal. No letters, no emails, no phone calls. Please. I'm joking. But do you get that? I want to experience myself. I want to experience myself as God is experiencing me. And the only way I can do that is to agree with God by claiming my right identity. Reclaiming your identity as a son, as a daughter of God. So say with me, I am love, going somewhere to happen. I am peace, going somewhere to happen. I am abundance, going somewhere to happen. I am joy, going somewhere to happen. I am that I am. And hold that to be the truth of your being. Oh, you're going to have some breakdowns. Oh, you're going to lose your way. Oh, you're going to mess it up. Some of you are going to mess it up even before you leave church today. But if you can remember that there is no absence of God anywhere, there's only the presence of God everywhere, seeking to give you all of itself at all times. And even when you seem off, just touch back in with your GPS, your God positioning system. Turn right, turn left. I got you. For I know the plans I have for you. I know the plans I have for you. I know the plans that I have for you, saith the Lord. A plan filled with hope, filled with a future worth running towards. And all you've got to do is be willing to say yes to it. And God will provide the increase. There's a party somewhere with your name on it. I invite you to go to that party because God is already there. And so it is written, and so I've spoken it, and so you have heard it, and so it is. God bless you. God bless you.
Divine, filled with the Spirit, I am the perfect creation of God. I am divine, filled with creation of God. Hallelujah. I am. Hallelujah.
I am joy overflowing. I am the perfect creation of God. I am joy overflowing. I am the perfect creation of God. I am joy overflowing. I am the perfect creation of God. I am joy overflowing. I am the perfect creation of God. Hallelujah. I am. Hallelujah.
Unconditional. I am the perfect creation of God. I am love, unconditional. I am the perfect creation of God. I am love, unconditional. I am the perfect creation of God. I am love, unconditional. I am the perfect creation of God. Hallelujah. I am. Hallelujah.
Everybody lift your voice and sing hallelujah.
Hallelujah. I am. Hallelujah.
Come on, everybody around the place, stand here, please, just sing hallelujah. If you believe you were made in the image of God, sing hallelujah. I am. Come on. I am. Oh, hallelujah. I am light. I am peace. Made in the image of God. I am. Hallelujah. Come on, let's sing this. I am divine. I am divine. Filled with the Spirit. Those who believe, sing I am. Come on.
Oh, I am giving thanks for the magnificent experience that we're sharing on this campus right now. Give some more thumbs up and hearts and just hands of praise and thanksgiving for the music field that has been established so magnificently by our music ministry, and for the word that's gone forth that is indeed feeding your soul. You have a right to praise now, praise first, praise during, praise after. Sit in a field of unbroken praise, because you're always 1 second from the miracle, even now. So keep the praise going at all times. I'm so grateful and thankful for this beloved community called Unity of Sacramento that is here to remind us of who we really are, that continues to challenge us and inspire us and to stir up the gift of God that is within each and every dear soul. No matter who you are, no matter where you are from, no matter what you've walked through, when you are here, you are the child of the living God, the one source, the one force, the superpower, the super friend that's activated in your life. So don't leave this service uncertain of that unfailing truth, all right? We love you, we bless you. We invite you now to be a force for good. Be an active participant in this service through your tithes, through your love offerings, and supporting gifts of this ministry. This is how we power the work that happens on this campus, that works that you see, the works that you don't see, those things that you see on the stage, those things that happen behind closed doors and behind the scenes and out in the community. You are powering that work through your faithful support of this ministry. And here's how you give.
Visit our website at www.unityofsacramento.com. Right there at the top of the front page, you will see a donation button. Click there to visit our safe and secure push pay portal. Another easy way to give is through our Unity of Sacramento app. Download the app on your smartphone or tablet, and on the front page, look toward the bottom of the page for your giving heart, which will also take you to our push pay portal. You can also write us. Send your letters to Unity of Sacramento, 9249 Folsom Boulevard, Sacramento, California, 95826. So many people are shopping online, and if that's what you like to do, then support us through Amazon Smile. Visit smile.amazon.com and designate Unity of Sacramento as your charity of choice. You will automatically be making a contribution to our beloved community. And of course, you can always make your donation by using Venmo or Cash App, as seen on your screen.
I hope you are accepting the challenge to be a recurring giver. This means that you designate a tithe amount, 1/10 of what God has blessed you with, 1/10 of what you expect to receive. That's called tithing toward. 1/10 of what the source is providing you with, and then you designate that amount and set it in our Unity of Sacramento app, and then forget it. And on a recurring basis, you're powering this spiritual community. This is one of the ways that you can give easily and freely, and it continues to help us to plan and project the future of this ministry. We thank you in advance for your obedience to Spirit in giving to this fertile territory called Unity of Sacramento. And I want to take a moment to bless your gifts. Can we just bless it for a minute? To bless is to confer prosperity upon a thing. To bless is to confer good upon it. To bless is to activate the law of compensation, the law of circulation. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man sows, shall he also reap. And we know this principle is always compounding. We learn otherwise that what you give comes back to you. Pressed down, what about it? Shaken together, come on, and running over. Do the Unity of Sacramento hula with me, come on. Pressed down, shaken together, and what? Come on, and running over. We used to do this song, give and God gives it back to you. Give and God gives it back to you. Give and God gives it back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Back in good measure, God gives it back to you. Sing it over, give and God gives it back to you. Give and God gives it back to you. Give and God gives it back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. Back in good measure, God gives it back to you. I don't know why that came through today, but somebody wanted to learn the Unity of Sacramento hula. So there you have it. So let's bless those gifts that you're giving so joyously and freely. Divine love in and through you now blesses and multiplies all that you are, all that you have, all that you give, all that you receive from the storehouse of God. God's rich, infinite supply comes to, through, for, and as you right now in a never-ending cycle of increase and enjoyment. Thank you, God. And so it is. Amen and amen. I think I know where that singing came from. Watching Rev E stand up there last Sunday singing like he was from the Harlem Boys Choir. Did he do his thing? It's contagious. It's contagious. Well, I hope we're leaving you with a smile on your face and a song in your heart. And we want you to be in an exceptionally good mood and spirits because just next Sunday, it's Mother's Day. And so we want you to start planning to be with us in celebration of the mothers and those that play the role of the mother figures in your lives as we celebrate and lift them up next week. But until then, I want you to go forth and design a life of purpose, passion, peace, and prosperity, and be a force for good in the world. See you next week. Peace.